Kiss My Grits for $10.
KMG.
KMG, I don't know. Epic, thanks KMG. For $10 says, do you think Disney will continue filming? This is a great question. Do you think Disney will continue filming in the UK due to the tax credits? Is it worth the scrutiny and PR backlash from Forbes for the UK tax law and your channel are creating by exposing their budget lies? I mean, a saving of $50 million, I think it might be worth it, because the thing is, we've got to remember, KMG, Kiss My Grits is, all of this stuff comes out significantly after the fact.
Yeah.
Significantly after the fact. And people have very, very small attention spans. You know, short-term memory loss is apparently a pretty big thing with most people. They're like, oh, I'm not even going to get into it. I was going to get political. But the point is, ladies and gents, is that it's this information comes out quite after the fact, like a year, 6 months, whatever.
Yeah,
They've made their money at that point. It's not going to damage the film itself at that point in time. That's my take. I think it's still worth it for him. Culture wants to jump in. He's itching for it.
Well, because it damages their reputation, especially in financial circles, and that's why this kind of exposure, you know, from Nate and VR and Pro and myself and Midnight's Edge especially.
You don't think this matters? You think this matters? I don't think it does.
I actually okay. So I pointed out in my video today exactly what you just said. I said that this is something that doesn't come around immediately. So you're right. There's no immediacy in this knowledge, right? But when you start to see these budgets explode after the fact, and that Disney's been touting all these profits, but they aren't really, then you start to wonder just how many other houses of cards are standing within Disney's kingdom. I think that this does massive damage to their reputation in the business world, and I think that it could lead them to change their mind. So yes, the video was in English, Raylo Normie. I know I did a video in Hindi this week and it freaked people out, but I did, or last week, I guess. Anyway, so I don't know. This is going to be something that Disney will have to question. But they did save, and Nate's 100% right. They did save $54 million. Oh, I should say they stole $54 million of UK tax money. So Nate, thanks for Little Mermaid. Appreciate it.
Don't say that to me. I'll fucking kick you out there.
Tom, you wanted to fire in, bro.
I am going to go along more with Nate on this one. I think as long as the UK is willing to lose money on this venture, Disney will take advantage of it. And why not? Who gives a shit? It's what's making it, because you pointed it out earlier. They are giving more out in tax credit than they're actually bringing in revenue in the UK.
Yeah.
Sooner or later, they're going to figure that out. But until they do, why should Disney? That's like somebody who just keeps giving you free money. Right? Like, why would you tell them to quit? I mean, if somebody else gets involved, eventually, you're right. Maybe with all this reporting going on, maybe the UK, somebody higher up will go, hey, wait a minute here. We're kind of getting fucked in this deal. Because it's not generating enough. Yeah, it's not generating enough business and revenue within the UK for us to sustain these kind of tax credits when this company's basically bilking us for a bunch of money, and then what little profits they're making over in the US off it are not profiting at all. And we're not seeing any return on quote unquote investment. I know it's not a direct return, but what you would supposedly have is if you have a popular movie, theaters show a lot of movies, they hire a lot of people, you guys got a lot of money generated in your economy. And a lot of times we got to point this out, when these movies are technically made over there, even though we consider them US made films, technically they're not. They're UK made films.
No, they're not. They use our film crews, so it's all us.
And you'd be surprised how much of it is made outside the US, yeah.
Oh, a significant amount of it now. Significant amount. Well, there you go, Kiss My Grits.